Okay, so in 2020, when I bought this property, and it was pure overgrown jungle, we couldn't even see what was out here. We couldn't tell what fruit trees were out here. It was like so much brush and other debris and stuff. Everything was dark. But eventually, when we kept on thinning it out and organizing it, we struck this orange growth. These are sweet oranges. There's 24 sweet orange trees. But at that time, when the rains was coming up in late May, early June, I bought as many fruit trees as I can. And I didn't necessarily know what I was doing or have a strategy. Besides fruit trees, obviously like plantains, everything from Kekiste, Malanga, Moringa, turmeric, ginger, just all this stuff. I was like, I'm gonna put as much in the ground as possible and see what sticks. But the fruit trees in particular, I did buy a bunch of citrus trees, and I was collecting citrus trees until the rains came. So come here real quick. You can see over here, there's a really big limon mandarin lime tree that we've been collecting from in this season. And like I said, you've got these 24 sweet orange trees. They had never even gave fruit when I first got it, that next season when they gave fruit. But I had a little nursery of other citrus plants, different kinds of grapefruit, different kinds of lemons. And so when the rain came, we just started planting them everywhere. And so you can see like this one is only a few years. It was planted in 2020. So it's almost 6 years old. This one is a newer one. I'm not even sure what they all are because they're random. There's every mix of things. But you can see the size of this, and you can see the size of this. These are not those. Come here, Daniel. You can see the size of those, right? And the darkness of the leaves. Those are the sweet oranges that they were probably already 5 or 6 years old when I got them. And now it's been another 6 years. So they're over 10 years old. But if you look at this one right here, you can see that this one is like a teenager compared to them, right? So this is one of the ones that I would have transplanted in 2020. It would have probably been like a 2 or 3 year old grafted tree. But it's been here for 6 years now. So you can see how big this one has gotten. For whatever reason, this one is stunted and still small. Okay, so I want you to see like the diversity. This is a different kind of citrus tree. But you got one right here. You got one right here, you got one right here. They're growing at diverse paces. And then you have these adults. But now I'm gonna show you what we're gonna work on today. You can see this one right here. This one it's getting plenty of sun, but for whatever reason, it's more robust. It might just be the breed, but it's short, it's close to the ground, it's bushy. This is another, what I call them like teenagers. So look how tall that one is, and it's right next to it. So they're getting the same amount of sunlight. It's just because they're different genetics or what, I don't know. But now I want you to come in here. Here's another one that I planted back then, but you could see it's very shaded. It doesn't get a lot of sunlight, but still, look how tall it is. It's still reaching for the sunlight. It's still, growing. But now if you look inside here, when I was finding here, I was looking for the patterns because obviously somebody planted these together at one time. They're in lines, right? It's a grove. And I was looking for, and I'm just thinking, I wasn't understanding citrus at that time. I was just thinking, I see some gaps. I can fill in the gaps and plant trees where it would make the pattern fill in more, okay? But if you see, they never grew. There's like 3 in here in particular. They're so small, like literally that one hasn't grown in 6 years. Okay, this one right here. I mean, it's alive. Come look. It's alive, it's totally green, it's totally a healthy plant, but it's not growing. It's not going anywhere because it's getting no sunlight. You can see this one right here, it's a little bit bigger. Okay, but this is since 2020. This is not doing anything. And then that one is just a little bit bigger than this one. These plants are not growing because they're getting zero sun, okay? So my misunderstanding back then was, I'm seeing this one is there, and it seems like there's a gap here in this line, so I'm gonna line it up with that. But the thing is that these trees were all planted at the same time. So they were growing up as seedlings together in full sunlight together. So I cannot come and plant another tree now in the midst of them and think it's going to grow up amongst them when they're all shading it out. So this one, and this one, it's been like in the back of my mind constantly, a project to just keep putting it off, but I want to transplant them. I want to take them out of here and I want to put them somewhere else on the farm where they're going to get sunlight and give them a chance to grow. They've been in here for years. They're not growing. They're not going anywhere. So today we're going to remove them from here, from inside the shade of the citrus grove. We're going to put them right on the outskirts somewhere, right where the light is hidden, maybe like right out there or something, but somewhere where they're going to start getting sun. And we're going to give them the chance to spread their branches and grow. Okay, so check it out. I was pretty surprised. I was telling Danielito, a lot of times a tree mirrors below the surface how it is above the surface. So I was curious how big the root system was. And when we dug it out, it just came out fairly smoothly and easy. And look, it just pulled out just like this. So after 5 years of being here in the ground, in the shade, it's a perfectly healthy plant. I was explaining to him, it's like a child planted in the wrong environment. It's got all the full potential. It's got all the full potential of all these same other trees. It has the capacity, but it's in the wrong environment and it's not getting light. And because it's not getting light, it's stunted. It's been here, it's barely grown in the last 5 years. Okay, and we pulled it out and we see it's barely got roots. And I was explaining to him, at least in my understanding, is the leaves grab the sunlight because the sunlight is energy. It's raw power. And it's able to send the energy into the plant. That's able to send roots down into the ground. The roots are able to grab water and minerals and build more branches and leaves to grab more light, to send it back down deeper into. So if it's not getting light, it really doesn't even have the energy to grow a root system. If it has no energy to grow a root system, it can't grow its branches and leaves. And so it's alive because it's plugged into the electrical earth. It's got a current. It's staying alive, but it's just not moving. It's not growing. And so the same thing with a lot of children. Like they're here they are. You know, they're going to school or they're eating but they're not growing inside. They're not in the right environment. They don't have what they need and they don't have the light. And so years later and they're in the same position. So anyway, I'm gonna take some of that original soil because it's better soil. I just dug this hole out here. A lot of this ground is rocky as well. So it's like, you know, you got to work with what you got, but who knows, you know, we'll see how it goes with transplanting this root system into this ground. So I'm going to plant it right here. I'm going to fill the hole with the same dirt from where it was planted so that the root's not like, oh my God, this is a totally new environment. It'll feel familiar, at least a little bit comfortable because it's the same exact dirt that it's been growing in for 5 years. I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna put a circle of rocks around it so everybody sees it and knows where it's at, and to look out for and protect it, give it water, especially over the next couple of weeks as it's going through the transplanting. But now it's in sunlight. Now we're gonna see what it has the capacity to do, because technically, even though it hasn't grown, it doesn't look like it, it is a teenager. Technically, this plant is 5 years since I planted it, and it was already probably a year and a half, 2 years as a grafted plant when I planted it. So it's probably at least 6 or 7 years old. So even though it's not the size of one, it has the capacity in the next year, as the rains come and all that stuff, to really shoot up. And honestly, maybe even bear fruit right away, you know, because it still has the age, it has the
potential,
the time in it. It's still that age of a tree, even if it's just small.